Hey guys, welcome back to the Obithorian Alliance. What are we doing today, Jacob?
Our awards for 2022, the best of, I guess you can say.
Awesome. So stick around if you want to see who gets the awards this year. So, 2022, we've seen the resurgence of movies, going back to the cinemas. We've seen a lot of anticipated release series. We've also seen a lot of sequels to series that we've loved last year. So, it's been an interesting year for awards. So should we get into it?
Yes.
So the first award we're going to give out is the best movie. What was the best movie for you for 2022?
The Batman.
The Batman. And why was that?
Well, for me, the Batman did the best with filming, directing, story, casting, everything.
For myself, I've gone the exact same. I think the Batman was the best overall movie of the year. Casting was great, the visuals, the grittiness, the villain, the story. It ticked so many boxes. Outshone a lot of other movies, and it was for me, I think it was the standout best movie of the year. Moving into that, our next award we're going to go to is the most surprising movie of the year. Which movie surprised you the most this year, Jacob?
Bullet Train.
Bullet Train. Why did it surprise you?
By how I wasn't expecting anything and how comedy it was, how entertaining it was, how much Brad Pitt did such a good job. For something that I wasn't expecting anything, it was one of the best movies.
That was one of my favourite movies of the year and also did surprise me. But I've gone differently this time. My most surprising movie of the year was with Adam Sandler on Netflix. This is a movie I didn't know anything about, didn't know it was coming out. And then when it did hit Netflix, I watched it and thoroughly enjoyed it. And the fact that Netflix finally had a winner for me, a movie that I like. Netflix has been so hit and miss. Just a standout, Adam Sandler's acting, surprising. I have seen him play a serious role before in Uncut Gems. I think this is a better movie than Uncut Gems. So to see it again, really surprised me. So that was my most surprising movie of the year. What was the most disappointing movie of the year?
For me, unfortunately, was Thor: Love and Thunder. From Thor Ragnarok, Thor: Love and Thunder was just too comedic. Had so much potential with Christian Bale as the villain, and for me, it's still a good movie, but for me, it's the most disappointing because it had potential, and unfortunately, I'm a big Thor fan, and I feel disappointed.
The most disappointing movie of the year was Jurassic World: Dominions.
Good choice.
This movie was supposedly wrapping up the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World franchise, and they just missed the boat, and I've grown up loving Jurassic Park, and this movie, I don't think I want to watch it again. It really ruined it for me, and it had so much potential. I'm thoroughly disappointed in this movie and what it could have came. I think Thor: Love and Thunder was disappointing for its potential, but I would still rewatch it again and found it entertaining. This movie just wasn't. Jurassic World: Dominion. I'm really disappointed in that. Our next award is the best actor or actress in a movie this year. So who gets the award for you?
For male, Robert Pattinson. I just feel like his performance as playing a new sort of Batman was really something really unique and inspirational for someone that has been in the Twilight series, and it shows that he has a lot of range and a lot of depth with his performance and acting. And to me, I see him as Batman now. I was very critical at the start, with good reason, and now he's earned my respect.
I've gone the same, actually. I think it's hard to look past what Robert Pattinson did. We got to see the sad Batman, and I think I think he did a really good role. I think he had a lot of doubters and haters and didn't think he could do it, and he's proved them all wrong. So number one for me. Have you got a standout female actress for this year?
Natalie Portman in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Okay. I must say I haven't, out of all the movies this year that I've really enjoyed, they've mainly had main male characters, so it's a hard one to try and pick. So I'm probably going to just opt out. I haven't given it much thought. I'm not saying there wasn't any good female actresses out there. None come to mind right now, so I'd rather have a think about it before I just give out an award to someone for the sake of it. We're moving now into TV series. So what was the best new series for 2022? So something that hadn't previously had a season.
For me, it's Star Wars Andor. It has taking a character we already know his events of what happens to him in Rogue One, but it builds on his character, the world building. I know a lot of people don't like the show as much because it doesn't feel like Star Wars, but for me, that's why I like it more, because it goes more political. We get to see the start of the revolution of the rebels trying to defeat the Empire. And if you're not a Star Wars fan, you can just like it and respect it for amazing TV show, and that's what it is.
Totally agree. I haven't finished it yet, but I am enjoying Star Wars Andor. I've gone with Winning Time. I really, really liked Winning Time. Again, it's got that sporting thing to it. You know, enjoyed learning more and more about a true story with the LA Lakers and what's going on there. And I think understanding a bit more about who Jerry Buss is and what he had built, I just thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to future seasons. I thought it was going to be a limited series, but to my surprise, it's an ongoing series. So really excited for that. And I think it was the best series of the year. Moving on to limited series, what was the best limited series you saw this year?
For me, hands down, has to be Blackbird. For me, with the 6 episodes it had, it told the best story from start to finish. Yes, the ending was a little bit rushed, but besides that, the acting, the cinematography, everything was superb, based on a true story. Really enjoyed the cat and mouse between the two main characters. Range from the actors, from someone that is in a comedy and is a comedic role, and now in this show he's playing a villain that is such a deranged and different human being. It goes to show that taking different roles is important, and this is such an amazing show that I would highly recommend watching it.
In terms of limited series, I've gone the same. Blackbird was a recommendation by Jacob. There's been a lot of good limited series this year, I must say, but this one was a standout. I think the acting was top-notch. The fact it's a true story, and which is hard to believe at times that this actually happened. I thoroughly liked it. You know, I couldn't recommend it more to people. I think if you're into, you know, true crime or anything drama-based, you're going to really like this show. I think it was fantastic. Should we move on to now, what was the best comedy series of the year?
For me, it was Peacemaker. Even though it did have serious moments, that it was just so entertaining, such a laugh going through. It had a really good range of 50-50. For someone that doesn't like so much seriousness, you can really entertain you for so much things about it, and really enjoyed the banter between Peacemaker and the rest of the group members.
I agree with you. I picked the same thing. I think it was the best comedy series, which, you know, I really thought we had a new season of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, season 15. I thought that would have reigned supreme, but it didn't. I actually think this outshone it. I think Peacemaker was a great series, and, you know, being the first season too is it's a big props, you know, take out the award. Who was your best actor in a series this year, or actress? We'll combine this award.
Actor in a series would have to be
Paul Walter Hauser.
Yes, that's his name, Paul Walter Hauser. From his role in Cobra Kai, that he's basically a moron wanting to play above his weight with doing karate with kids, that if he actually used his brain, if the kids told his parents, he could actually go to jail for doing stuff with younger adults. But his performances with Blackbird is really terrifying, but really solid acting. His character got really ingrained in the role, and that's how I'm going to see him in that role until he does something else. And I hope he gets more project, because he's such a talented actor. My favourite performance from anyone, because of what he's come from. Like, you could say other actors are better, but from such a different role, I think he deserves it.
Yeah, I agree. I've given the same standout performance. He played the serial killer role so well. And you know, it goes to show you obviously what a talented actor he is, when our limited knowledge of him has been Stingray and Cobra Kai. This is, you know, way different. He did such a great job. If you were to give an honourable mention to any actresses out there, who would it be? The Dropout?
Yes.
So Amanda Seyfried.
Yes, definitely. She did a great performance. I believe she played the real person 100%. Did amazing performance in the show, and I think was the best part of the show, and the writing with the ending just let down that show for me.
In terms of acting, I think that she was the best person, did the best performance, but her role wasn't as good as the character in Blackbird. So, and the series wasn't as good either. But crazy when you watch the comparison videos between her and the person she's portraying, and it was, like for like, she did a fantastic job. So that was probably the best acting performance of the year. But just an honourable mention this time. What was the best streaming service for the year?
For uniqueness, I would say with content, Apple TV Plus. Going with, what is the best, I would probably say Disney Plus. Even though Amazon Prime had some good content, Disney Plus has my favourite show on it for the year, so I have to be loyal towards that. Netflix, unfortunately, even though they have some good shows, you really need to be lucky on Netflix not to be cancelled. We kind of know what Netflix is. You go on Netflix and you're going to get cancelled at some point. You're very lucky to get free seasons, so it's hard to reward a streaming service that cancel their product, and for me, Netflix can't get rewarded for that.
Disney Plus as well for me. I think it brought out the best content. It's very selective of what it brings out, and it just keeps bringing out quality. It does have some massive franchises to help for that. Some of the other streaming services, I think, are kind of dropping the ball a bit. Netflix picked it up a bit this year. In Australia, we've got Stan and Binge, but they kind of pick up the crumbs from other streaming services. Amazon put all their eggs in one basket with the Lord of the Rings series, and it was okay. They didn't really bring out much beyond that. A couple limited series here and there, but Disney Plus, if I could only renew one streaming service for next year and one only, I think I'd be going with Disney Plus.
Very good choice.
Any other awards or, topics or things you think deserve a mention as a wrap-up for 2022?
What has been your most disappointing show for the year? Or your least liked show?
I think Vs. Lying Season 2.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I think that show had a lot of potential, let me down. Probably hurts me to say the latest season of Always Sunny in Philadelphia wasn't bad. It's just for a show that's been so funny and well up there, this kind of started a decline, which they'll pick it back up. I've been listening to their podcast and they've got some good ideas for next season, and they are locked in for a couple more seasons to go. So if people are thinking it's just fatigue and they're dropping the ball, they've got more seasons to come. I think they went with an interesting direction this season, and I just think it was less funny than others.
Most surprising show?
Winning Time. It was my favourite show, and I didn't expect it to be as good as it was.
My surprising show would be Severance. I didn't expect it to be as mind-bending and thought-provoking as it was, and the concept is so surprising of how Ben Stiller's come up with the whole concept of how the show works.
I'm enjoying Severance. It's one of those long list of shows that I'm partially through that I haven't finished off, but I am enjoying it. Yeah, definitely surprising how good of a mystery it is. And, Apple TV Plus brings out some selective stuff.
Yeah. And
they're hit and miss, They're like the best thing around, or they're just unwatchable, but they're very selective in what they do. So I think this is the hit category for them.
Yeah. So for 2022, what has been a show that has kept you most engaged and you enjoyed watching when I've asked you, are you still watching it?
Winning Time was probably one of the only ones I kept up with and watched it week by week. The others I've kind of dropped off. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Winning Time again. What about yourself?
Blackbird would have to be one. Kept watching it. There's quite a lot of others, but Blackbird comes to mind.
Yeah, so it's a great limited series. So we're hoping for some more good quality limited series next year.
Most anticipated things for next year?
guessing season 2 winning time would be nice. It didn't get any awards, but I know we both loved it. The Boys season 4 was fantastic.
Isn't that the most consistent show?
Definitely. So looking forward to the next season of that. It did, as I said, didn't get any awards this year, but overall it's the best current series I think out there.
Yeah.
I'm really loving that. So looking forward to the next season of that, and I guess another season of Peacemaker would be nice.
Yeah. Well, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the awards for 2022. Hope you all have a good Christmas. Hit the notification bell, share the video, like and subscribe, and see you all in the new year.